Go.
Hello, YouTube. This is the Battle City Gaming channel. We're here with Taylor Wilcox, who got first place at our last UCR only tournament, and he got third place at our last UCR open tournament, which was last night. And he has blue eyes, second turn blue eyes. We also want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Zero Gravity, Trading Card Games and Collectibles. They've been really good to us and helped us out a lot as we grow as a club. We want to announce that they have Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments every Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. and on Mondays they have tournaments at 7. So make sure to check them out for all your trading card game needs, as well as your comic book needs. So without further ado, let's start off with Taylor Wilcox's second turn Blue Eyes deck.
Alright, so I run the general, 3 blue eyes. I run 3 different arts because I want to and I like to. 3 alternative, generally standard build. If you ever need to cite something, try citing out one of these because sometimes having a third is dead.
I don't know what this is.
I run 1 Dragon Spirit because it tended to be bricky, though I would think of maybe citing a second one for this format since for True Dracos it can just banish the back row so they don't get their effects off.
Alright?
3 Sages.
Shut the fuck up.
Helps a lot. Sometimes with him, I can use a combo of either getting into a first turn Crystal Wing. 3 Whitestone Ancients, probably one of my favorite cards in this deck. Helps with combos, getting another body on field, and with him, I tend to make a first turn Crystal Wing with another body, as well as recycling to make trade in more life or even alternative.
Choices.
1 Whitestone Legend because sometimes I really just need that blue eyes in hand to make an alternative or trade in life, or just to even have in hand for other miscellaneous reasons. 1 Master because he just helps with getting another blue eyes out. I can tend to just, let's say, summon this. He's in grave. So target just effect to get him out and get another body, or even sometimes with Sage because he sucks being in an attack position and all by himself. And he's also really good with Blue Eye Spirit as well as Dragon Spirit. 2 effect failures because it's a negation and negates monster effects, is searchable by Sage, is a really good hand trap. As was said, this is tend to be a second turn blue eyes deck, so this helps with today's format. Not so much against True Dracos, but Zoo, it helps out with slowing them down, or even just against some rogue decks. 1 Ghost Ogre because everything today seems to be in either the pendulum scale, back row, some spell or trap card that activates an effect. So Ghost Ogre is really good to just stop them in their tracks. Or sometimes if a monster effect, just get rid of the body just so you don't have one less problem to deal with. 1 Ash, I would play this at 2, it's a really good card, but against True Draco Zeus, I ended up finding out of citing this card out for Drone Lockbird because they do so much of the things that she can negate, but her stopping it just one time just doesn't help. So against most decks, she's really good against, but yeah, but I would still run her at 2 just for today's format, or in general. I'm gonna get controversy, but I run the 1 Max C. I said hand traps like this so far has already been 5 hand traps. Max C again is very good, especially if you drop this on Zoo. You give him the challenge. If Blue Eyes gets a lot of cards, it tends to really blow up hard. And when you have a ton of hand traps, it increases your chances of actually seeing something in hand. And if they do take the Maxi challenge, most decks don't. You are more unlikely to draw into something of a hand trap, which you can further interrupt them during their turn, as well as just blow up on your turn and get rid of their board. 2 kaijus, one for exceeding, one for a synchro summon, but also just mainly to out any problem monsters, especially true Dracos. I can run them over with Blue Eyes generally, but still sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. So I just run it over. As well as every now and then a kaiju, you run into a kaiju build, so you can soul charge it into a kaiju, have it on your field, and they can't kaiju you back.
You know if you pop both when you still get its effect off in grave.
3 trade in, standard, pretty good card. I really like it. 2 Twin Twisters because Imperial Order is a thing, and as well as anti-spell, or even just popping True Draco back row when I go second. So I'll just activate from hand, pop their things. They don't get to pop anything on my field because I won't have anything. 2 Melody because I still want to search out my Blue Eyes, but I just don't want. The third one. A lot of times the second one's even dead. I just don't want to have a third one. To me, it takes up too much room. So yeah, I just run the 2. Probably by far the best card ever in this deck, Return of the Dragon Lord. It has annoyed people so many times. I wish I had more copies. Effective, even just Return of the Dragon Lords, bring back a Blue Eyes or Crystal Wing, and I get a protection as well immediately after. Especially this card comes in very, very clutch against True Dracos. They like to pop my monsters, and I'll just protect it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Also, Crystal Wing helps against True Dracos too, as they are all generally level 5 and higher. 1 Silver's Cry because if I ever get, I've gotten into it once before where I will return the Dragon Lords, target a Blue Eyes, they activate Imperial Order on me, chain Silver's Cry, get my Dragon Spear from grave, banish Imperial Order, and this will go through. But even then, just having it, just sometimes setting it face down, activating on their turn, Dragon Spirit usually is my target, or just even getting another body on field. By far, probably one of the most broken cards in the deck, Soul Charge. I can't tell how many times I have top decked this card and generally won the game. It's just really, really stupid, even if I pay 1,000 or 2,000. An extremely good card. I play the 1-up Desires because I want the extra draw. It's generally not, I don't think I've ever gotten to this to be a dead card, but I only play the 1-up because I just don't want to draw into another. And I don't want either off of the draws from this card or draw later in the game and it be a dead card. Because Blue Eyes tends to dump all its dragons into grave, so I will deck them really, really quickly. I play 2 Field Wipes because these are great against Zoo, just simple, boom, okay, done. And as I said, second turn deck, so if I draw into this, then I tend to just kind of go off from there. Play Dragon Ravine. It's my field spell, Foolish, because sometimes I just need to discard a dragon, let's say Whitestone of Ancients or Legend, and I will send another to grave. There's a lot of good combos, and at this state, and I also play Ancient Fairy Dragon, so I can just pop this and gain 1,000 myself. So it's very, very good. I just tend to really, really like this card. 1 Dragon Shrine because sometimes I just really need to dump my dragons in the grave. It makes maybe one of my reborn cards live, or sometimes I need Ancients to get a body at the end phase, or Legend to get a Blue Eyes in hand to make a trade in an alternative live. Very, very good card. More often than not, you're going to enjoy this card more than you'll hate it. And then the last card, Typhoon, because as I said, Imperial Order is a thing. Imperial Order hurts this deck very hard, or even anti-spell. Imperial Order hurts more, but either one. So, or even this is another hand trap because Blue Eyes does not have back row, and I said I tend to go second. So they like to have a lot of back row, and I'll just, if True Dracos, they will sometimes set a spell or trap card. They'll set they'll activate Diagram. Activate Diagram effect, chain, so yeah, this, and all honesty, like, I really think Blue Eyes players should play this card more. It is extremely good.
Alright, let's go with the extra deck first.
Yep, extra deck, so I play the General Galaxy Engine, these 3. I don't play Prime because I see absolutely no use to them outside of being a 4K beater. This card, because Blue Eyes has a bit of an itch move where just take an Exceed, and I can overlay one of these because it is an Exceed and is now a Galaxy monster. So it can count for these. Yeah, so general stuff. One Harbinger, this card is beautiful. Really helps against today, especially when it comes late game. If they're starting to top deck, especially two Dracos, I've gotten into where I just have him on field and two Dracos is like one carding things and it'll just negate it. Now for Spicy Tech, Omega, because I play Desires, I play Return, I play Ancients, all of which will banish. I can synchro with him with a Kaiju, and also he can recycle himself as long as something in my grave, which can be very, very good. So I could be like, during their standby phase, return to grave, and if this dies, I'll just recycle it. So I think this is when I do play him, he's extremely good. Only if he was a dragon, it would make this deck, he'd be extremely broken in Blue Eyes. One sort of Spark and Moonlight. I do this for Exceed summoning. It comes out every now and then, but I'm glad I still keep them in here. This to interrupt my opponent during their turn. Very good card. Yeah, because I just like to Spirit, bounce out, and bounce their things. Two Ancient Fairy Dragons, because this is my first turn Crystal Wing, because I will bounce out a Spirit, or summon Sage, get a monster, summon alternatives, tag out with Spirit. Let's say there's field spells, like even in today's format, since so much play field spells, this card is good because I already play Dragon Ravine, I can search it out if I pop the field spell, and I also gain 1,000. And obviously I can't battle if I special summon, but having sometimes just a first turn Crystal Wing or just being able to go into Crystal Wing or Omega with this is very, very good. I think this should be played more. I play two because sometimes I just need it. One Michael comes every now and then, just get rid of problematic stuff. One Crystal Wing, like, this card is just extremely good, especially with Return of the Dragon Lords. I will top deck every turn, I will special him from grave, so I get monster effect, negation, as well as protection. And against True Dracos, he can become extremely good. One Azure Eyes, I think I'm bumping this card up to 2 because he can protect against the True Draco stuff. And as well as getting another body on field, like when you just start swarming True Dracos with a bunch of 3K beaters, it gets, especially when quite a few of them are already protected, it becomes very difficult for them to get over me. So yeah, I think this is extremely good. And last but not least, I run 3 spirits because I tend to go into this card more than I go into this card. I only ever go to this card now if I bounce out with spirit. As well as this card can negate their True Draco spell and trap cards, as well as even just the fact that Pendulum's being a thing now, again, it can stop that. But yeah, this is an extremely good card. I go into often, there's even been one time I go into all 3 in one turn. So yeah. Side deck.
Alright, let's go with the side deck now.
Alright, so side deck, I played 2 Artifact Lancia. This was here mainly for Invoked. I guess it could be for anything else, but since I still see Invoked every now and then where I'm at, so I still play it. That's why I still play it. I played 2 more Kaijus just in case I need to side against True Draco with this. I haven't yet used them, but it's just more of just in case I need it. I might try something else, but they're there just in case. One more Ghost Ogre. Again, this is an extremely good card. This is a generally second turn Blue Eyes. It likes to interrupt during your opponent's when they're playing their turn. So obviously Ghost Ogre is a good card, and sometimes I just want to see it more, especially against the same middle foes or anything that has a spell and trap cards actually on field. Next, 3 Drone Lockbird. This card is extremely good. This is a beautiful card. I have played this multiple times on Zoo True Draco, and they will just pass turn. This card, like, I really just if you can get it, highly recommend it. It's such a beautiful card. If it was a light card, this would be even more broken in Blue Eyes because it's searchable. Play the 1 sphere mode because every now and then people just like to make big boards, and I just like to sack over them. True Draco Zoo, I noticed yesterday, were really summoning out a bunch of guys, and I cited this in. Didn't actually see it, but it's just in case, because I like to make them go first, and if they like to make a big board, including let's say masterpiece, I will just tribute over. Even if it costs me my normal summon, if I just make you get rid of all your good monsters, I'm making you neck hard. And especially with that card that they can't generally probably can't use anyways. Maybe they can use it to pop with diagram, but still. I run 3 Janko because Blue Eyes hates back row, and it's also 1700. So if I ever play, I played against what was it Paleo. This was because Paleo was a terrible matchup for me, or even just Barrier statues. Like just summon this and just start attacking. Like it's still pretty good. I don't think I'll take this out anytime soon unless I just see that the format requires me to take it out. I played 2D barriers because Dinos is a very hard matchup. Tree King, I can deal with True Jerichos more than I can deal with Dinos. Tree King of Calamities just shuts my deck down, and so sometimes I like to side this in and maybe actually go first and just call Exceed. So yeah, and if anything else, like other decks still play like one of the types on D barrier, so it's still a very good card. Last but not least, I play another Typhoon because I sometimes I just need to see it just to out Imperial Order or some problematic card, and as I said, it's a hand trap, so it works great. Yep.
Alright, so that's the deck profile of Taylor Wilcox's second turn Blue Eyes. Subscribe and like our videos. We're gonna keep on uploading more deck profiles. And once again, check out Zero Gravity. They have a lot of variety and a lot of cool Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, Magic tournaments, Smash tournaments. Just go over there and fulfill your nerdiness. Have a nice day.
Bye.